Hey Stampin' friends, this is Robin with Stamp with Dr. Robin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Diego, California. And I am here today on a day that's, can't tell if it wants to rain or be sunny. And I don't know if you can see over my shoulder there, that's Coda. That's my grand dog. So hi Coda. Say hi to everybody. Real soon he'll just curl up in a little ball and be saying, I'm sleepy. I'm just gonna take a little nap here. Thanks, Grandma. So anyway, Coda's keeping me company, like I said, on this day where it can't decide what's it gonna do today. So hopefully we'll get some people on shortly. Whoops, just trying to make sure that I'm on here. All right. Hey, Sandy, thanks for coming on with me. Anyway, can you see my grand dog Coda in the background? He says hi. So we're here today to make a card with some a couple stamp sets from the annual catalog. I'm kind of going back to the annual catalog as I realized that there's just still a whole bunch of stuff that I have from the annual catalog that I haven't even played with. So I needed to get it out and play with it. Hey Doris, thanks for coming on. So hopefully all of you know by now that starting at midnight Mountain Time tonight is a really big deal. It's last chance products for the January through April mini catalog as well as the annual catalog. There's a lot of stuff, especially dies, on sale for 60% off. There is a huge list. If you go to the stgampinup.com and look at last chance products, some of these things are already starting to sell out, starting with the colors that are going away. Hopefully you've had a chance to look at that too. We're doing a color refresh. We've got 11 colors, or I guess it's 10 colors leaving, 11 coming on, or no, 11 leaving, 10 plus fresh freesias carrying over. We've got some old in colors that are coming back. I can really show you though. Hey Roz, glad you could join. Anyway, so what's starting to sell out first is a lot of the more popular dyes, and as well as the in colors inks are going first. Next will probably be the ink refills when people realize they can't refill their ink pads unless they have them, as well as paper will probably start going, the cardstock of the colors that are leaving. So if you're a big, I don't know if I can name them all and I don't have them in front of me, but Mary Merlot's going away, Sahara Sand, Soft Suede, Bermuda Bay, that's probably one of the ones I'm most sad about, that, and Mary Merlot. Pear Pizzazz, Mint Macaron, I'm counting, but I'm not sure I got them all. So Saffron, Blushing Bride, but it's being replaced with so much better light pink, and the So Saffron's being replaced with a really nice light yellow also. That's 8. What am I missing? Somebody help me. I'm just sitting here looking at my colors. Well, got 8 out of 11 that are leaving. But if those are colors that you like to use, oh, I know, Mango Melody is one of them. Up to 9, need 2 more. So those kind of things are going fast. So let me put you down for a second. Hold on. Hopefully you can see that. So this is this huge list of things that are going away. And whoops. That's like microscopic, so hopefully you can do it on a computer where you can pull out from it and actually see. And this is the column. All these things are on, you can see percentages off on sale. But I thought what I'd do today is also just go through some of ones that are my favorites that are retiring. This is Nothing's Better Than. This is one that we're going to use today. So that's been a fun one to finally start playing with. And let me just put that to the side because we'll need that later. So Greatest Journey, as well as the paper that's just absolutely gorgeous. All the paper's going away. I don't think there's any paper carrying over. And let me mention something that's not on the list, which I just figured out yesterday because they made another announcement about a couple things they left off. Shimmery white paper. If that's something you like to use, I like to use it when I'm going to be watercoloring because I find it easier to use than the watercolor paper. That is going away. It's not in the new catalog, so if that's something you like, it's time to order it now. I got mango, I'm seeing what you said, Roz. I got those ones. There's something else we're missing. Maybe it'll come to me. But anyway, don't tell my husband, and I'm sure he's not watching, which is, this is his birthday card for tomorrow. His birthday is tomorrow. So that's one of the reasons I really like this whole series, is he's a big hiker, and I know he's gonna love this card. So that's one set that'll stay around in my life. Another one is the hydrangeas. I just did this in the last 5 minutes trying to find some of the cards. The acetate is gone, but this is the hydrangea, one of the dies, as well as these pearls that have stayed around for a while. Those are both going. Poppies, another long time one that's been around forever, it seems, but the poppies are going away. Even just the stamp set by itself is beautiful. I don't know, I love the splotches, but the dies to die for. Sunflowers, I don't know if I found a sunflower card, have been really, really popular for quite some time. The dies are fun to use by themselves. The sentiments are just absolutely fabulous. I really had fun playing with this one with the swimsuits on it. I just found it so retro feeling, and it was just, here's one of the cards I made with the swimsuits. I just found them really just happy fun cards. Potted geraniums, I think the dies may be going really fast, and honestly I had this stamp set way before I had the dies. I think I just put the wrong number in, and the sentiments are just really, really fabulous, and you can do it without the dies. This one I think we used last week, watercolor shapes. That is a really fun one here. Remember last week you used it. This is also to remind me, except for Fresh Freesia, all of these are going away. As well as, I don't think I got it out yet, but this came from the Dragonfly set. That's going away too. Wisteria, I believe, oh my gosh, this makes the most beautiful cards, you guys. I did a baby wipe technique with this card to make these multicolor hydrangeas, and you can see these, you know, these use the dies, but just using the stamp set alone, it was just makes some beautiful cards. And the dies I think are almost gone. Forever Fern, we've had for a long time. I will miss these dots, my favorite dots when I need dots to just go grab. Make beautiful cards, especially the dies. I would actually, if the dies are still available and you don't have it, just buy it for the dies. The Butterfly Brilliance, I don't think I brought a card with that. Remember, this is the one that you have the one huge stamp set, and then you could even buy it. I know somebody who bought it and an extra one and just cut it apart so you could use the individual stamps themselves, and then the dies cut it all apart if you want to use it like that, and also have some other dies that don't just cut those out. The frame florets, I thought for sure this would carry over because the oval dies are so fabulous, but I don't think it's carrying over. Oh, thank you, Roz. Roz listed all of the colors that are carrying over. What did we forget, guys? Pacific Point and Rich Raspberry. Those are the two I forgot. Memory. But anyway, if these were so wonderful, I just was shocked that those are going away. We've got a couple of the stamp sets with just the sentiments that I think are wonderful that are going to be bye-bye. We talked about these, I think, last week. Hey, hi, Lisa. That's the one that has the really wonderful embossing folder that you can just use the embossing folder or then use the dies to cut out the individual seashells. Another one I forgot to grab, but the art gallery that, I don't know, I guess I thought that one was going to be around forever also, but it's not. It's going away. Paradise Palms that we used the other day. Remember to make a nice retirement card. We don't have a lot of things that say retirement, and again, just the dies themselves are really good too. This is to remind me that the Hues of Happiness, and especially that gorgeous paper, you guys remember that paper from the annual catalog that we just couldn't stop using? Bye-bye, bye-bye. Our teacups are going away. Hopefully this is giving you guys some ideas to go, oh my gosh, I can't believe these things are going bye-bye. All right. And that's kind of just what I wanted to show you. Oh, now that people are on too, I got this adorable card from Roz. So thank you, Roz, featuring the 3 different new things from the online exclusives. The rhinos, the tropical leaves, and see these wonderful stitched, I forget what it's called, but I think these are on back order now, but they'll be back, as well as the paper. So got a whole bunch of different, just beautiful card, Roz. Thank you. All right, so I know you're just dying to see the card we're gonna make today. So if you were in San Diego, you could have made this card yesterday or this weekend. Yes, Roz, I agree. There are many awesome new things coming in the new annual catalog that starts May 1st, but for those of us who are demonstrators, we can actually order starting midnight Mountain Time tonight. And if you want to become a demonstrator, our Robin's Rowdy group would love to have you. And you can, if you sign up to be a demonstrator tonight, you can start ordering from the new catalog. So that's exciting. But today, remember I said we're going back to our Nothing's Better Than. And we're also using the hand-drawn dots, which is a large background stamp that I hadn't inked up before making this card. And we're making a gatefold card with the belly band. So nothing's better than, today's a cookie kind of day, and I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be too. And the other thing that's fun about this card is if you had any of your Girl Scouts in your family that recently finished selling Girl Scout cards, one of the people yesterday made this into a card for her granddaughter who was selling Girl Scout cookies. And so that's kind of fun. All right, I'm going to start because when we were using this yesterday, the wonderful Stamparatus was actually still available, and it is now sold out. So hopefully I'll have your Stamparatus, or you can put this on a big F block. And the reason I like the Stamparatus is because you can line things up, and then if it doesn't work out, you can just stamp it again. All right, so we've got, this is 4 by 5 1/4 piece of crumb cake. Notice I've put the stamp set underneath this side. I know a lot of you have a Stamparatus, so I know you can you can do this on your own at home too, even if Stampin' Up! Was forced to kind of remove it from our catalogs, which is sad. I'm still thinking about maybe buying some more of this little baby grid paper to go inside. I know I can cut up my big grid paper, but not the same. So this didn't totally stamp perfectly. So I am going to go back and do some more of this just to get a little better. So I thought, I saw somebody do this, and I'm sorry if it was you and I don't remember who, but using the little dots to kind of look like the chocolate chips in the chocolate chip cookie, I thought was brilliant. So there we go. And they're not meant to totally fill in, so don't get worried if it doesn't totally fill in. All right, so like I said, this is 4 by 5 1/4, and I thought it was easier to do it like this and then just cut it in half. So we're gonna cut it on the 2-inch line and then just put that to the side to use for the front. All right, let's do a little bit more stamping here. All right, so I've got just a little scratch paper, and since all of this is photopolymer, I'm using my piercing mat. And oh, I don't think I mentioned I'm using the Early Espresso ink. And so what we're gonna do is stamp a couple cookies. Come on, Cookie Monster. There's one. There's another. I got a little gunk on the side here, so I'm just gonna wipe that off. I keep these little wet microfiber cloths around so that I can wipe off my boo-boos. I'm also going to stamp a cookie on the piece that's going to be my inside piece. And I'm also going to stamp a cookie so we have no naked envelopes on the outside of my envelope. So there's no question that this is a cookie kind of day all the way around. So we'll just put that to the side. Basic white. And I mounted this to left it blank because we're going to stamp the cookies in a different color kind of day. And the cool thing about this is it can be a cookie kind of day, a coffee, a cocktail, or what's the other one? Chocolate. Now, those of you who know me well are surprised I didn't make a chocolate one. But honestly, I just thought it was so adorable using those little dots that I had to do it. And, oh, one more thing on the Early Espresso is the inside sentiment that says, and I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be too. Let's get this straight so that maybe I can get this straight. All right, so we're finally done with our Early Espresso. For some reason I was thinking this was going away, and it's not. I think it was because there were so many M colors going away. You know, Mint Macaron and Mary Merlot, so somehow I got it in my head that this was. So which color that we mentioned is going away that is your favorite? I think for me it's, oh, did I say Pacific Point too? That was one of them. Yeah. I'd say for me it is, I don't know, either the Mary Merlot or the Mango Melody. I kind of only recently started using the Mango Melody, so that makes me kind of sad. Isn't it great how well this stamp set stamps? I mean, it is just really good at stamping. And I think what I'm going to do is just grab my little mini. Although since I didn't get it out before, now I got to find the parts. Because we need to cut out some of these cookies. Where'd my cookies go? There's my cookies. There's my little cookie. The only bad thing about cutting these cookies out is you're going to end up cutting out the little crumbs. But we got a cookie on the inside and a cookie on the front, and that will just have to do for the crumb part. And you notice this is the only thing that we're using the dies for today. Although there is a die that says cookies, so we could have used that instead of the, notice the little piece of washi tape is helping things stay where they're supposed to be. We could have used the little die that says cookies, but I decided to go with the stamp set. All right, we got 2 cookies cut out. This is how I like to store mine usually. What this does is help prevent, and for my big shot, my big one, or not, oops, I shouldn't say that, Stampin' Cut and Embossing machine, I store them like this. It helps your plastic plates last longer because it kind of gets the warpies out. All right. I think we are ready to put this together. So first I have a, I think this is 3 by 3 square of the Melon Mambo. And then we have just a little teeny piece. What is this, like 3 inches? Yeah. This is the early espresso ribbon, and I actually think this ribbon is carrying over. I think. If not, get it? Why? Because we rarely have early espresso anything ribbon. And I think I'm just going to use a little piece of tear and tape to just kind of keep this in place. And then hopefully, I didn't check first, but hopefully this will get covered by our little cookies. So this cookie came out a little lopsided on the whole using the dies, so it's going to get a little trim here to get it to look a little bit better. I don't usually do this, but looks a little better like that, don't you think? There we go. So we got this one that I'm just gonna, remember I said I didn't check to see if this was gonna get covered. So now I'm paying that price. And then this one, we're just gonna put on with a couple dimensionals. Will that work? Yep. This one's already kind of raised up a little bit just because of the ribbon there. All right, so now we have a piece of or 2 1/8 in from both sides. I have been noticing though, oh, I can barely see the score lines. Is that we did have a little trouble at class getting these perfectly even. So what I always do is make sure the first one, you know, is even top and bottom. And then instead of just folding it on the line, actually bring this into the center, because what's most important is how it's closing in the center. And then burnish it like that. So see how perfect it is in the middle? That's what you want, is you want it to close well in the middle. And then we've got our little dot slash chocolate chips. And we'll put them on. Is anybody getting hungry for cookies yet? I think it's starting to work. Anybody have some little Girl Scouts in their family? Shout out to Girl Scouts. I was a Girl Scout. My daughter was a Girl Scout. I think Girl Scouts are great. All right, so this is a 10-inch piece that is 1 inch wide. You get this great piece when you're making you know, smaller pieces for, you know, your cards, and so often this is a leftover piece that I end up using. All right. So here we go. I don't score my belly bands. I just wrap them. And actually, I think I want to put the inside in first. Is because I found when I was scoring them and making them exact, I was having trouble getting them off and on. So I like to make this all up. That's why I'm putting this in here. Because I want to make sure that it will slide easily off and on. So I just kind of eyeball it a little bit, overlap it. You can use glue, you can use tear and tape. If you use the glue, you got to sit here and hold it for a minute or so while we can just talk amongst ourselves. I don't know how did somebody post me crying about something? That I don't understand. All right. Hey Susan, thanks for watching. All right, so that should hold pretty well. And then we're going to want this on here with dimensionals. And since, you know, it's not covering the whole thing, it's actually easier if you put your dimensionals on here than it is to try to put them on here and then put it down and then go, oops, that's not quite right. So we got dimensionals. Let's just kind of, so this is, I'm just using my grid paper to try to get these even, sort of even, and sort of straight. You can see it's not straight, so let's try that again. Straight is not my biggest, strongest suit here. There we go. And then we will just slip it on our card. Come on, card. There we go. And we have a cookies kind of card. Okay, come on, card. There we go. Still not straight, is it? I'll try it one more time. Because after that, there we go. So we got a cookies kind of day going on. Here's our other one. Little twin cookies going on. What do you guys think? Is that not just too adorable with the little dots? If you like the dots, if you like the cookies, I saw some great cards being done with this set. I love this saying where it says, what is it? Because adulting is hard. Going with our little cocktails or even the coffee or the chocolate. I know some people who could really use that card. So anyway, thanks Roz, thanks Jean, and thanks you guys for showing up. And I'm going to turn you back up. Make sure, like I said, whoops, that you go online. Fell off my stand, so now you just got me holding it. So anyway, go on stampinup.com, take a look at the last chance list. I'd love it if you would shop with me. I think I forgot to post the host code, but you can see my link up there. And to Coda there, who's a little cinnamon roll on the bed. Bye, guys.